Hey, what's up, guys? Jesus. How you doing? Welcome back to Billy Four Rocks. This is the neighbour's cat. I don't know his name. He just kind of comes in and sticks his ass in my face and makes himself at home, basically. Eats all our food. See you later. Anyway. Okay, so you all know I'm doing this USA trip from East Coast to West Coast. That's happening in September, but what I've been thinking about is the luggage situation. What I'm going to take, what I'm not going to take. Basically what I want to do is go as light as possible, so that means I've decided I'm not going to take the panniers because they are heavy, they make the bike very wide, which compromises your ability to filter through traffic. And it's, I think, one thing I could probably do without on this trip, because we're not camping, we're staying in hotels and motels. So no panniers. All I'm going to take is the tank bag, which I'm going to use for things that I need close at hand. So things like cash for toll booths, thicker gloves if it gets cold, waterproof so I can just chuck on quick straight away, no mucking about. What I don't want to be doing is rifling through my bag and pulling things out and trying to, you know, and doing it that way. I just want it quick and simple. So the tank bag for things that are close at hand I need quickly. The bag at the back for luggage, for clothing and toiletries. So I've been doing a bit of research into towel bags. Obviously when you're out on the bike you don't know what the weather's going to be like, so it's best to go with 100% waterproof straight away. So that's what I've done, and I was doing a bit of research and I found that the North Face base camp bags were really highly recommended. They don't claim to be waterproof, but they are made out of waterproof material, and it's not like a dry bag which has the kind of roll top. It just has a zip going around the top of it. So I treated myself to one. I got the 72 litre North Face base camp bag, and unknown to you, I did a review of it last week. I did a waterproof test. I showed you the size of it. I showed me attaching it to the bike, how easy it is, the straps, the handles, the rucksack capabilities of it. Really lovely bag, really well built. But when it comes to do the waterproofing test, I have to say it failed pretty bad. Now, like I say, North Face don't claim for it to be waterproof, but I thought as it's made out of 100% waterproof material, I just gave it the benefit of the doubt, and I thought if it can take like a quick blast with the hose, I'm sure it could handle a little shower. So I put the bag out in the garden, got the hose on it, showered it down for probably about 5-8 minutes on a, not a direct jet of water, but just like a general kind of watering can setting. And yeah, everything inside got pretty wet within 5 minutes. So what I don't want to do, even though it's a great bag, I cannot recommend it for sticking on your back of your bike unless you know it's going to be dry, or even just a tiny little shower, but you can never guarantee that. So with that in mind, I cannot recommend you buy this bag for any motorcycle journeys, especially long ones. So what I don't want to do is, the whole point of this channel is to show you things that I've tested and that I know to be good and are well proven throughout the field of motorcycle usage. And unfortunately that didn't pass the test, albeit it's, like I said, it's a great bag, but for motorcycle riding I wouldn't recommend it. So what I've done is I did a bit more research, and although I do have dry bags like this one here, the Highlander, I think this is a 70 litre bag, very simple design. It has one handle on the top, one compartment at the bottom where it's stitched, but it is got the welded seam on the bottom there. I hope you can see that. And roll top. So this bag is, and I know it is, 100% waterproof because it has no seams, it has no sips apart from the one seam at the bottom. But the thing is with that is it only has one handle, and what I want to do is the bag I'm going to be using for this trip, I'm going to be taking through airports and luggage control, and it's going to be thrown onto the plane and blah blah blah. So I want something that has handles on it and also rucksack straps. So when I get off the bike, I can sling the bag on my back and carry the helmet in one hand, and I've got a hand free to get into the hotel door and chuck everything down and that's it, one trip, instead of going into the hotel, coming back, picking up the panniers, dropping those off, coming back, picking up the towel bag, going back, picking up the tank bag, blah blah blah, all this to and froing. So I'm just trying to streamline everything, keep it as simple as possible. So what I've done is I've treated myself to a bag made by a company called Overboard. It's a 60 litre dry bag. Similar design to the North Face one, but it has a handle on it and the rucksack straps. But instead of the zip on the top, which let the water in initially, it has a roll top like the dry bag I just showed you. So it claims to be not only waterproof but also submersible for a short period of time. Now if you can submerge it in water, then I'm sure it could handle a battering from a rainstorm for a prolonged period of time. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take that in the garden in a sec and do a waterproof test on that. Put something lightly coloured in it so you can see when it goes wet it will go dark, so I can show you that as well. Give it a proper good test. So that's that. And another thing I want to show you is a thing, but basically the system we have for packing our clothes and kind of the way we get rid of things at the end of the day is like this. So I'll be wearing my jeans every day, I'll be wearing the boots every day and my jacket every day. Everything underneath is disposable to a certain degree. So t-shirt, socks and pants. You don't really want to be wearing them for more than a day or two in a row, because let's face it, it's a little bit manky and they start to smell, especially if it's going to get hot. So what we do is we gather up our old t-shirts, old socks and pants, and then stuff that needs throwing away, basically, you know, stuff that you're not going to wear ever again. Just use it for one day's riding, get 200-300 miles under your belt and then bin it. So that's what we do. So the basis is the further on the trip you go, the lighter your bag becomes, until it gets to a point where, say, a week and a half in, you just pop into the local clothing store. I guess in the US case it would be like a Walmart or whatever's along the way. Buy yourself a pack of 5 t-shirts, socks and pants, and do the same thing again. They're cheap as anything, and yes, it is a little bit wasteful, but it's stuff that should be chucked out anyway. So in theory you're cleaning out your closet and you're also benefiting yourself on the trip, because you're getting lighter and lighter as you go along. Okay, so there's a system I've recently discovered on the internet. It's something that apparently the military use. Don't quote me on that, I'm not sure if that's 100% true or not, but that's what I've read. It's a thing called a Skivvy Roll. Now what it means is you get your t-shirt, socks and pants and you roll them up in such a way that it kind of compartmentalizes them into like a little kind of roll like that, and then you can see clearly how many items of clothing you have left for each day's riding. So each roll is one day's riding. So I'm going to show you how you do that now. If you know about it, ignore me. If you don't, prepare to be amazed. Okay guys, so like I said, you get your 3 ratty old t-shirts that you should have chucked out years ago, but they're good enough for one more day's worth of riding. Open it up like that. Then you get your pants. My pants are on the internet. Luckily I've got some clean ones. So they go there. And then you fold over in half your t-shirt, like so. So that's that. Then you get your ratty old shitty socks, albeit clean ones, put them there with the open end just hanging out the edge there, like so. And then you get the whole thing and you roll it up like this, Okay, so you know it's going to be creased when you get it out, but you know you're on a bike, who cares about that sort of stuff. Get the open end, put it over the end of the whole thing like so. Same on the other end. Over like that. And there you go. How amazing is that? I was totally amazed when I saw that. So that is what is known as a skivvy roll. So there is a day's worth of clothing in one convenient, easy to see little pouch. So if you've got 5 or 6 of those, you know exactly how many you got left. Wear it, bin it, job done. Cool. Alright, so I've just put some gear in here just to pack the bag out a bit. I'm going to put these blue t-shirts in, which I used for the North Face bag test, and these will show up if any water's leaking in. So I'm going to put one on the top, one along the side, and if anything comes through there, that will tell me. Okay, this to see if this bag is waterproof. If it can stand that, it can stand anything. Here we go. Yeah, perfect. Okay, as you can see, completely bone dry. No water's got in there at all. There you go. And just to prove you can see when this gets wet, I'll show you. That's what it looks like when it's got water on it. Let's check the other one. Bone dry. Beautiful. So this is the bag I'm taking on the trip. Alright. Cool. Okay, so the proof was in the testing. It was bone dry after the soaking I just gave it. That was about 10 minutes of hosing down I gave it there. Yeah, completely bone dry. I mean, you can't really knock that. So if you're in the market for a new bag and you want one that you know is going to keep your stuff dry, I mean, you might have a laptop in there or tablet or your electric gear. You don't want to get that stuff wet, so I can thoroughly recommend that bag. Does the job perfectly. Oh my god, and here it is. The only thing what's weird is, as you can see on the side there, it's got that PVC kind of tarpaulin stuff, and the water just flicks off it. You know, it's completely waterproof. Whereas the material that they've used for the side of the bag it feels like it's retaining the water, like it's soaked through. It hasn't gone through, it's completely dry in there, but it feels like it's just damp on the outside, which I don't know why I didn't make it out of all of that material like they have with the North Face bag. But it does the job. It does what it's it does what it says in the on the website. So yeah, there it is. It's the 60 litre bag. Looks big in this, but it actually fits on the back of the bike really well. It's got a waterproof compartment on the outside, and it's got a waterproof. Well, it's not, I mean it's on the inside, but so it's going to be waterproof anyway. So, and it's got another 2 compartments in there to put whatever you fancy. So there you have it. But yeah, if you're in the market for a bag that you know is going to be waterproof, I thoroughly recommend that one. I hope you enjoyed that, guys. I'll leave the link up for that, like I said, and also for my Instagram account, which I put pictures on that I'm doing tests of and all that sort of stuff. I hope you like the Skivvy Roll. I mean, that thing just amazed me. Then again, I'm easily pleased. So what can you do? Alright, take it easy, guys. See you soon. Take care. Be safe. Adios. What the hell are you doing? You don't even live here.